tournament, really. And the Menace Phantom are going to be struggling with this as Nuki gets a third and gets taken down.
Yeah, it looks like it was gonna be a flawless, but Stew didn't have the same feeling as us. But the round is pretty much for G2 right now, and yeah, Mixwell finishes it, and pretty easy start is what we expect, but it's good. It's a good start. The terrorist spawn, attacker spawn, but the attack is imminent on its side A.
keloqz gonna dash in, and it's mostly cleaning up, dashing out just to not give himself up. One of the things I really liked about watching keloqz, I did lots of utility there to try and stall it. keloqz wants to try and lead the line, sneak his way in. The spraying and praying is there. Nuki is going down in the second. But keloqz has slipped his way into the back line. They have worked out roughly where he is. Natsun still loses the duel regardless. This is the kind of player that you definitely want to keep an eye on. And now you start to see why G2 might have wanted him on that roster. It's a dream debut so far for him. He's not looking to add to it. It's mostly his teammates, but against this eco in the hands of LMF, it's looking likely that it should be a clean one.
Yeah, it should be clean, and it's gonna be. Look at keloqz and his positioning right here. Let's see if he checks mid, and he's gonna, and I think he's gonna clean it pretty easily. Yeah, one. Oof, nice. Stu, I think he's the luckiest player on the French team so far, but at least, yeah, Coldament is gonna finish this round. Yeah.
Overall in the ignition phase, it's still a team that you have to respect. And keloqz, well, somebody's just walked past him and they've completely missed him. There he catches him, but gets traded out anyway.
It's Stu that gets the kill. Boba that's already planting the spike, and he just ooh! Hold on a minute. Oh, that is so unlucky. So unlucky.
Yeah, that operator was only going to have a short shelf life for LMF. Style being able to sneak through. Coldament has got a better angle. Might be able to see just the outside. Doesn't even need to. It's a nice flick and a 1v1, and Coldament clutching out. It takes a lot for a player to kind of go, there's some young sterling talent coming through, I want to support them more. Fnatic's another good example. Doma did it with Durka. He was happy to play second fiddle. Now keloqz with the Blade Storm isn't afraid to go in for the fight, knows that Natsun only had a sheriff, so quite happy to go, very overeager. Coldament knows that he's picking into two players, still going to try and take the duel, separates them one by one, has to reload, brings out the ghost, and he's just going to try and survive as Nuki's there to help out. Natsun wants to be able to get this operator out, but can't even, only manages to one kill with it so far in the series. Now all up to Artie to try and find a way in. I think he's still trying to work out what site the spike's been planted, but
no,
one or the other, seeing if he's not going to get caught out. But also another thing to add with keloqz is he loves to lurk.
But it's working, and it's working, and I feel like this game is going to be extremely fast.
Map after this in the best of 3 is fine, so we're more likely to see some more of Mixwell.
Jesus, this is beautiful.
They're working this nicely. They've gone finding similar success to keloqz's Nuki. Usually you see him on the Raze, but he did pick out a little bit of Reyna. I remember that Ninjas in Pajamas game where instead of playing the Raze, he played the Reyna and absolutely bamboozled any plans that Nip were trying to deal with. Now Natsun has the Blade Storm in hand. He's going to get peeked out from distance and still loses that duel against Nuki, 8-0.
Mostly with the same thing, but it's working the first 15 seconds. Then is what you say, right? It's just the duels that they cannot win. And this is not just any random guy that you found in ranked. This is G2. This is new G2.
G2 2.2. Nuki actually trying to distance himself, gets that information, takes onto one, peeks onto the other. It's a 1 versus 1 up against Artie. And that first round does eventually come in. It's not going to be the perfect game, the perfect debut for this new G2. I think Spigen is still the same in Spanish, and it seems to have made its way across from FaZe Clan to G2 here, but there's a reform about it. The triple kill comes in, the 4K would have been nice, but Natsun manages to flick on with the operator before Mixwell claims him. Now Artie last alive again, clutched out the last round. He's at least able to get one of the 4 surviving members left, but there's not much time. He's put under super pressure, and Coldament with a classic ends the half, 11-1.
Yeah, Mixwell and Coldament are taking a lot of info on this B long, and Keller just has the whole side. Pressure's gonna keep coming, and Nuke is just waiting. Maybe he wins.
Mixwell Trying to take more fights. You can take him off the duelist, but you can't take the duelist out of him. He's still going in for the fights. And he gets the triple kill in the end, holding close, match point.
Yeah, probably, but we'll still have to see. You said there was a bit of a lack of time, preparation. I think it will be enough. Oh, I think Nuki wants the title. Oh.
They're really clambering to try and get these kills. Kellogg's not afraid to try and get through Mixwell Snakebite to take the fight, and a triple kill to end it. A clean introduction to the look of this G2. There's no...
Yeah, at least he has
this...
Sorry.
Just as the one smoke.
Yeah, let's see how he gets with the dog. Nuki gets one of them, gets the Soba, but oh! Okay, this is looking good for Liminal's Phantom.
Exactly. It's literally just more of a co-stream at this point, because really there's no drama, there's no tension. It's G2 are 1-0 down. They haven't bought up here. They're going to do their best to try and hold it. Vova knows people coming through the teleporter. And Coldament Kellogg's ready and waiting there. Vova does think with a headshot onto Artie, but can't win the duel up against a better Spectre. The plant comes in again.
Yeah, and the retake is going to be on 4B3. You see them taking elbow, taking backside. They don't really have the info. They heard the TP, right? At least two of them.
I imagine so, but they're under a lot of pressure from various different places. The man advantage is there for G2, but the gun advantage still stays with the attacking team of LMF. Natson takes out Nuki as he's trying to peek around, and another duel happens towards the back of the tin can. Artie peeks nicely, Coldamenter's there. So a lot of workflow stuff here. If you see a player in hookah, wall it. If you see a player on B long, smoke it. We're seeing a lot of discipline and ideas from G2, just really burning down the clock of all the headshots, but he's going to keep himself alive. Natson tries to peek into it to punish, but not quite going to be there. Artie's the only one that was able to get that kill. The spike with 8 seconds left to plant it isn't looking likely as Avova's going to watch this doorway. Must have seen people move away. But a wall breaking, that's key for Nuki to find out that information. Now, if they saw him throw that slow up, they might know that he's in the tin can. The Hunter's Fury is actually going to come through from the attacking side, forces Nuki out from that position. He's still able to get a kill, which is surprising, and he's going to try and double it up. Natson is there. He's actually been pretty decent overall on his LMF roster. But 5 to spit you straight away from Mixwell. Still feels weird to say that, but it's also quite nice. Kellogg's constantly trying to push. He's not afraid at all, but there's 3 players waiting for him this time. The rest of his team have died in that spot. Oh, that's a bit of a wonky one. Kellogg's could at least get a kill through the panic and the spray.
Yeah, in this 2v3 situation, the spike has been planted, but doesn't get blinded by that paranoia. Let's see how he picks.
Sty moved as well from the Sage over to the Omen, is there to get the 2k.
If you remove and replace every part of a ship, it's still the same ship. Is that what you mean?
That's yeah. And it was mentioned in Disney's MCU division. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it came up in a conversation, and it's a pretty apt description of this G2 team, I think.
Yeah, it's good. And let's see this 3v3. We've seen a lot of portals, a lot of flashes.
The Omen needs to make his way through. And Avova has actually changed up his Nuki even has changed up his position quite a lot. The spike is going to go down uncontested. Coldamenta wins the duel, and now it's just up to Sty, who's hidden behind this metal box. That's one duel won, and now he needs to find Nuki. Can't quite do it. And Nuki in that position clutches out the round for G2, and that's kind of what you expect from the old one, and seems that they're able to do similar stuff here.
Yeah, but if
Aldron follows on 2. The Coldamenta Nuki gonna try and ease through. They go through the turret. They just absolutely leave it. It gets disabled. The res comes in, and now Pizziplan in the middle of this Viper's Pit, last alive with a stinger. And another round where you kind of think G2 have no right winning this one. They clutch it out yet again.
Yeah, I think it was most of Coldamenta's praise because he used the Seekers to generate a lot of space for his team, and also
near enough where these threats are coming in from, and one of them is going to be showered.
We saw Mixwell and Coldamenta playing together on B last map on Icebox, and we're gonna see it again, but just on A. They definitely support each other, breaking the drone, using the flashes, also the venoms, and pretty clean this round, I'd say.
No Carbon. At this point, it seems that Mixwell and the rest are pushing. We're going to find the spike, but it didn't really become an applicable thing at all as Avova gets that final kill. Is the best part of it is just, you know, seeing big orgs like G2 play up against teams that are called like Kiki Poo Poo and all that kind of stuff. But this team, LMF, is finding some nice success into B long. He is there still trying to stall, but the teleport is used. It's going to be an A hit. Mixwell is still over there. Ready to sort of wait against him and call them into. It's a scrappy fight, but he wins it. He's down to 12 HP. Going to try and push and pinch it behind, but Killjoy is going to keep watching. Natson, because he's already pretty low health, is now down to just 1 HP.
Enemy remaining.
And they just need to find exactly where this Killjoy is. They rode through at the right time, and
Very
great
clean.
play from Mixwell.
Yeah, exactly. That was what we were saying. He was using the Venoms. He had to use a Viper Spit.
Stashing either side
That's
for
a
all of this
dangerous
utility
position.
that's coming in. Stai's actually going
Oh.
to stick from the shadows and almost catches off Mixwell, but Kellogg's does get that operator kill, actually gets a second before Pitiflan can trade out the teammate. He doubles up to make it 2, and now Mixwell, as the spike is going down, tries to go for a wider peek to catch the weak, well, the player that could potentially be caught out whilst planting, but the teammate was there to protect.
Enemy remaining.
And
Nice
that's an
effort.
yeah, now Nuki has a 1 versus 2 to play, wants to kill the Nan Swarm, does so. One is forced out.
Yes, he is,
That's a really wide peak though. It's dangerous though up against Nuki. Carbon slips in behind, it's a 4th round, of course he feels he needs to do that. Kellogg's with the operator with the Blade Storm is going to try and push in all on his lonesome. Mixwell still tries to peek. But Pitiflan is there ready and waiting, takes him out. Kellogg's is still there, going to be watching this angle. Tries to dash out. That's a nice shot with the Blade Storm. He's fully tagged up. He's still trying to go for more information. And Natson misses with the operator, still under that pressure. Just going to try and go in with a Sheriff now. It's a triple kill for him. You want around to clip and send around to see who is G2 Kellogg's? Well, there's a good one at least.
He wanted some highlights, and then it looks like, oh my god. What a round from
Pretty much open for business. The Snakebite not quite catching on to Evolver as he's trying to plant the spike. But still, a 3 versus 4 for LMF, it's still winnable.
Yeah, still winnable.
Mixwell.
The spike's planted. Oh. Oh. Nice trigger discipline. This was the right call. It was the right call. And the round's gonna be pretty much finished. You were talking about the Jet being too young, Kellegs.
What's the Phantom Menace in Spanish?
La amenaza fantasma.
That's even cooler than the Phantom
La
Menace.
amenaza fantasma.
Yeah.
This is how that
Enemy remaining.
Just Sty now. Only had the classic to work with, so it's always looking to be flawless. A team ace as well. Everybody getting involved in G2.
We're talking about a break for us, but it's definitely a break for them. All of these changes falling into place.
We've had a whole new meta come and go, it
Yeah.
feels, with Astra. Haven't seen her play so far in these games, and actually this has turned out to be an exceptional run for LMF. They were just hunkered down, they wait for this A execute, and they won every little duel that they needed to. Mixwell is going to be the last alive, running the snake bites is going to scare away Pitiflan. See if he can sort of clutch this out. A 1 versus 3, he has a Guardian, he's under a lot of pressure, there's 40 seconds to plant that spike. A nice way to remind everybody what he can do, but I think it might still be a bit of an overstep. Smoke gone. His sightline onto Sty is a bit better, but not all that much. Now the toxic screen coming in, the paranoia again going to delay him. That's all LMF really need to do. They know that this player can be scary. Not really giving him the time to go for the duels because he'll just do stuff like that. That's Sty down. Knows where Artie is, but the Vandal's going to win out that fight.
Literally divided the map on 2 sides, and everything's gonna be coming from the same. This crossing of Viper walls is gonna be everything. Oh, that's so good. He avoids the paranoia. It's just a perfect positioning.
Oh! I don't think he expected to run straight into Natson. I mean, if he got that final kill, that would have been something else, but...
Pretty nice.
There's a Blade Storm 2 coming out of Kellogg's.
Oh, nice.
Mixwell's utility has been pretty decent. The Snakebites have been finding it. Kellogg's finds 1 with the Blade Storm, and whilst he can't necessarily get the final kill on the planet, it allows Mixwell to try and clean up. He gets the 3rd, puts them on match point, and LMF, and a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel for LMF, but could very well be the end of their tenure, at least the Challengers one. Natson, oh, actually, Pitiflan is able to just have them all line up the triple kill, and now Kellogg's has to clutch out for his team. He can't do it. Through all of that, LMF lived to fight another round, and maybe a bit overzealous and a bit of hubris from G2.
8
save it
orbs
for the
you need
future.
now to get a rest. 8 orbs. I think that's just
I think
crazy.
when you watch some of these players, though, it doesn't feel like there's much of a time difference. They're able to farm up these ultimates quite quickly. And now a full 2 versus 5 for LMF from the shadows is going to be used to bring the Omen into the teleporter. It's been watched by Nucky. Easy duel for him to win. And that's it. Unfortunately, Menace fought. Oh, I don't want to say it.